Coach.
Good afternoon. This is always a huge day for the future of our program. So excited about the guys that we have signed. I want to thank all of our organization. There's so many people that go into it. It starts with our personnel department, our coaches, developing relationships, being out on the road. It takes our administration support, it's professors on campus, certainly our content team, everybody that goes into such a pivotal role in the recruiting process. So I want to thank them, but I really should have started with I want to thank the families, the coaches, and the recruits themselves for entrusting us with their future, their son's future, one of their players' futures, the chance that we have an opportunity to play such a vital role in them chasing their goals and dreams. I want to thank them for all their efforts, but also just entrusting us with them. So, I think our staff did a great job here in state. From the moment I got here, I said it was important for us to go recruit it the right way. It doesn't mean that we take every player, but that we recruited the right way, able to sign the top defensive player in the state, in Joel Wyatt, top offensive lineman, and Gabe Osinda. Thought our staff did a great job here inside of the state of Tennessee and the bordering states as well. Went into North Carolina and got the top player there. Just really proud of what we did. The ability to add great length, athleticism on the defensive side of the ball. I think 13 guys that are public at this point. Hopefully we'll have some good news here as the afternoon continues to go on. But adding elite traits, dynamic playmakers on that side of the football. Couldn't be more excited about what we've done there. The afternoon has a chance to trickle in and bring in some more guys. Hopefully you guys stay tuned. But really excited about what we did in this class. So I'll open it up to some questions from y'all.
Questions? We'll start with Austin.
Y'all just announced the signing of Legend Bay, who had committed to you, then flipped, and now is flipped and signed back. Just talk about getting him in this class, and then what Kelsey was able to do in this class with the receivers of King and obviously Tristan Keys as well.
Yeah, Legend on the video, he is dynamic, special playmaker, ball in his hands. Got a chance to watch him live and in person too, and he is such a unique tool. His skill set, having played quarterback, the command, the presence that he has back there, throws the ball really extremely well in person. As a playmaker, the ability to be involved out in space, perimeter screen, the ability to go up and high point balls. He's extremely loose. He's a guy that can be used in the return game as well. So just a dynamic tool that we have an opportunity to add to the offensive arsenal.
What about Kelsey as well?
Yeah, Kelsey, early on, our personnel department, researching him. And then, Kelsey got a chance to watch him really early in the process. We got on him extremely early. And I think that's one of the keys of ultimately getting him. Kelsey did a great job developing a relationship with Legend, his family. They had a great experience up here. And, through the stretch run right here, we were hoping to get some good news. And, Kelsey certainly did a great job of flipping him back.
When Faison became the first recruit or the first commit back in the summer of 2024, how did that kind of influence the way the rest of the class was built out offensively?
Yeah, first of all, Faison's a great player. We had an opportunity to watch him on the basketball court. Extremely explosive, great touch, had great presence, and bodies in motion. You see that on the football tape, obviously, as well. He's played at an elite level for a long time. His body continued to develop. He's got a great mind. He's extremely quick-minded. You combine all those factors, really excited about having him in the quarterback room and competing next fall. Anytime you're able to get a quarterback that's at that level and is made of the right things, he's able to develop relationships with guys and help attract them. And he certainly did that in this recruiting class, really on both sides of the football.
Matt and Austin.
Josh, you talked about the ability to identify guys early. You guys were able to get on Braden House really early, kind of before anybody else, and then that turned into a national recruitment down the stretch. What do you feel like you got in him, and how unique of a player can he be in your defense?
Yeah, long athlete that is continuing to physically develop it. We recognize all the traits really on in the process. Unbelievable family. Dad's coaching, and his football IQ has continued to grow. Really unique skill set. You look at him playing on the offensive side of the ball, wide receiver, tight end. Physically, he's continued to develop. He's played on all three levels of the defense as well. And every time that we're talking to him, on a given game week, he's moving somewhere else in the structure of it. He's got great athleticism, change of direction. I think his body's going to explode when he gets to college. And he's focused on one sport and in the weight room every single day. Just a high character, highly athletic individual that's, I think, going to develop into a really special player.
You signed 3 players today that hail from Canada.
Yeah.
And Theodore and Osenda and Carter Gooden. Why do you think those kids have been able to transition? And how much more do you think we'll see that continued kids coming from Canada down here to the States to play at some of these private schools and prep schools? And have you learned the words to "Oh Canada" yet?
South Dakota was annexed by Canada a few years back, so it was part of our curriculum in school, actually. So didn't get much of a laugh out of you on that one, Austin. All right. I do think you've seen more and more guys come down from Canada, typically to private schools, chasing their dreams of playing American football at this level. And the 3 guys that you talked about, you think about the road, the journey that they have to be on to ultimately get to this point. There's so much sacrifice from the families, from the kid, moving away from home. I think that in some ways eases the transition to college for those guys, but that they're hungry and desperate to go accomplish their goals and dreams. And at the end of the day, that's what you need inside of your locker room, inside of your position rooms. All those guys are, athletic at their position, have really good traits, and guys that have adjusted and grown inside of the landscape of football really quickly.
John and Britt.
Josh, I remember last year you had David Sanders singing Rocky Top in the stands, and Tristan Keys feels like a similar story there. Just what is it about what you guys do in the recruiting cycle that makes players not just want to come play football here, but it feels like they truly love this program before they get into it?
Yeah, I think it starts with who we are, our consistency. Throughout the recruitment, I think it then parlays itself into who we are every single day into the building with our guys, because our recruits are going to find that out from our players. And you put all those factors together, and then our fan base, this campus, but our fan base, the experiences that they have with them, that can be at a game, it can be while they're here going to a basketball game. It can be, a fan that's at one of their high school games that's, just passionate about Tennessee and knows that a local player is, getting recruited by us. But then the game days experiences that they have, they know this is college football at its best, and recognize, who we are and what we're about, and the continued growth of where we're going. And you put all those factors together, we've been able to recruit the right type of player, but the right type of kid here to Rocky Top.
Recruiting's always been hard. Since you've been here, it's changed a lot with all the rev share and NIL and all those things. Does it feel in any way like it's settling down from that to where it's more about just relationships and not about money and all the things that people talk about out there?
Well, I think it's about all of the things that you just talked about. All the old historical things that were a part of recruiting. When the NIL era began, I don't know, 5 years ago, whatever it might have been. It changed it. I think things have slowed down a little bit. There are not as many dramatic changes inside of the landscape of it. There's certainly still some things that college football is navigating. But certainly, I think the relationships and who you are, the product that you have, and what they're going to play and how they're going to develop is really important.
Ben and Emily.
Josh, what do you like about Tristan Keys, and just how important was that one from Kelsey being able to flip him earlier this fall?
Yeah, Kelsey did a great job with him. Our staff did, with TK, his family. Dynamic wide receiver, super loose at the line of scrimmage, has the ability to stretch it vertically, but has ball in hand value as well. Has the ability to go attack the football, and dynamic player that is really excited about being here at Tennessee, and we're excited to have him for sure.
Coach, when you get those hometown kids into your program for the first time, do you see an immediate change in their perspective and how much more it means to the hometown kids like Tyreek King getting into this program? Yeah,
Tyreek's another one at the wide receiver position that's explosive, dynamic. His short area acceleration is really rare and unique. Tyreek, it's been a long recruitment. I was talking with him last night, and man, 2 years ago he came by the hotel on a Friday night where he was off, and it feels like it was just yesterday, and it feels like it was a decade ago, all at the same time. But Tyreek, great player, great family, being local, understood what it's like inside of that stadium. But I think also it's different for the local kid in that, man, all of his classmates at his high school, all of his extended family, everybody that he's grown up with, super fans of Tennessee. And I think that's important that you have those guys inside of your locker room because they feel it, they live it, 365 days out of the year. And I can't wait to get Tyreek here, in the late spring and start going to work with him. I think he's got a great future in front of him.
Patrick and Ben.
Josh, obviously one of the big changes you talked Rouse about was the portal. Obviously that's a big way to add players to your roster. You guys continue to bring in big recruiting classes. What's sort of the balance between traditional recruiting, portal, and how you guys approach it?
Yeah, it's different this cycle, just the timing of the portal in general. I think it's a positive for us. We'll look at what we signed in this class, what we have coming back, and then attack the portal. How we continue to grow our roster to be ready to go compete and win a championship.
Josh, I know you're still waiting on a couple of guys to trickle in this afternoon, but as you do begin to look at the portal, do you see any obvious needs that you all feel you need to fill on the roster?
I wouldn't say anything as of right now, but certainly here over the coming days and weeks, we will look hard at that. We're finishing up exit interviews with our current players now, and then be ready to attack that when it comes here.
Last two, Matt and Mike.
Josh, Hezekiah Harris was committed to Auburn for over a year when you guys were able to flip him. What was Chop able to do in that to make that transition happen, and what kind of player do you feel like you're getting in him?
Yeah, just scratching the surface of what he's going to be. Super athletic, long, rangy, can play in space, can rush the passer. Chop did a great job just continuing to be consistent with Hezekiah and his family. They were able to get up here multiple times, had a great official visit, but all of his experiences, we got him up in May for our May event. Just super excited to get Hezekiah here. He is just beginning his football journey. I say that in a positive way. Like when he gets in the weight room consistently and isn't on the basketball court or running around in the spring, I think his body's going to really take off, and couldn't be more excited about having him. And as you said, Coach Chop and our staff did an elite job with him.
Yep. Josh, Alan Scholes being hired at Auburn. How excited are you for him? And will it be weird, I guess, next year when you face him?
Yeah, excited for him. Obviously, did a great job here. Did a great job at USF. It'll be like playing Mississippi State, where you got one of your former guys that's on the other sideline. So, got a couple of them inside of this league. Excited for both of those guys.
Thank you.